and welcome to another episode of the Morning Brew, NTN's morning update, bringing you the latest from the government of St. Lucia live from the GIS studios. If you are on air or online, we'd like to welcome you this morning, residents in St. Lucia, St. Lucians in the diaspora, and well-wishers globally. A special good morning to you. We'd like to thank you so much for tuning in. We want to open this morning's broadcast with a statement coming from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Again, St. Lucia and the rest of the world remains vigilant and on alert for coronavirus. And this statement is titled Ministry of Health Stresses on Continued Vigilance, just giving us an update on the 3 active cases of the coronavirus here in St. Lucia. Take a listen.
St. Lucia has a total of 25 confirmed cases of COVID-19 to date. 22 of the cases have fully recovered, but 3 remain in care and are stable. The condition of the last case of the 86-year-old gentleman who was diagnosed on the 30th of July 2020 has improved. He has been released from the intensive care unit at the respiratory hospital and is being managed on the ward at the respiratory hospital. A total of 3,973 tests have been conducted to date. The Ministry of Health and Wellness was again alerted this week by the Police Commissioner of persons entering the borders illegally from high-risk areas. They are placed in institutional quarantine when found, but many remain in the communities. We continue to advise the public against harboring persons coming through the borders illegally. This poses a serious threat of COVID-19 transmission at the level of our communities. As we manage new cases and investigate possible contacts, the public is advised to take personal responsibility to protect themselves and their family. We advise on responsible behavior without unnecessary panic. The public is advised that all of the protocols are still in place. These include the use of the face mask in public and maintaining safe physical distance from others. We appeal to everyone to continue supporting our national effort to minimize the threat of COVID-19 on our island. The 5 respiratory clinics remain open to facilitate anyone with respiratory signs and symptoms or any concerns. The 311 hotline is also available where questions and concerns can be addressed. We continue to advise on the importance of maintaining the standard recommendations for infection prevention and control, which include regular hand washing with soap and water or alcohol-based hand sanitizer when soap and water is not available, and to cover your mouth and nose with disposable tissues when coughing. The Ministry of Health and Wellness will continue providing updates on COVID-19.
An update there from Dr. Sharon Wilmar George, coming on the heels of these 3 cases. 22 cases of the 25 confirmed in St. Lucia have fully recovered, and the 3 cases, the condition of the latest case, that is the 86-year-old male gentleman who was diagnosed on Thursday, July 30th. We're receiving word from the Ministry of Health and Wellness that he has improved and has been released from the intensive care unit at the respiratory hospital. And to date, 3,973 tests have so far been conducted in St. Lucia, taking into consideration persons who come on island, persons who are being tested based on contact tracing and what have you. The work and the efforts of the Ministry of Health and Wellness has been extensive. Moving on to petroleum prices, they have so far changed, considering through the government's application of the modified market pass-through petroleum pricing mechanism. The retail prices of gasoline, diesel per gallon, LPG 20, 22 and 100-pound cylinders, they have all changed. The retail price of diesel per liter and kerosene remains unchanged. These prices that I'm about to read out take effect from today, August 10th, 2020. Now, gasoline has increased from $2.63 to $2.67 per liter, and kerosene remains unchanged. As I mentioned earlier, diesel remains unchanged. The 20-pound cylinder has increased from $27.35 to now $27.70 per cylinder. 22-pound cylinder increases from $30.09 to $30.47 per cylinder, and the 100-pound cylinder has increased from $159.37 to $162.82 per cylinder. The public is informed that the next adjustment of the retail prices of fuel products will be on Monday, 31st August 2020. Now, this past weekend, as we have come to usually do here live on NTN, the weekend review did not happen. The usual gang has not been on duty for some time, but we have so far decided that Mondays we will bring you some of the leading stories of the past week. And leading last week was Invest St. Lucia breaking ground on the Lafayette development in Choiseul. We have the details to that story coming up in just a moment. The Bahamas is removed from the travel bubble as it records spikes in COVID-19 cases. The details to these stories and more are coming up after this break. Also, we do have a special demonstration for you this morning. We do have Chef Yanis Alexander, who is in the house, and it's the hurricane season, it's flu season. Persons are prone to diseases imposed by the weather. If you're getting too cold, you might get a fever. Also, viruses are on the loose, and the leading one, the one we're looking at, is the coronavirus. He will be doing a special recipe, a demonstration on how you can boost your immune system during this time. So stay tuned for that, the lead stories and more coming up after this break.
Overnight, growing national unrest.
Society, a digital cashless society, one world currency.
A vaccine for COVID-19.
Midtown
Droplets of the virus.
Macy's iconic flagship set inside
The coronavirus.
Everybody vaccinated
On the corona pandemic.
our position to the lockdown.
An infected
Conspiracy theories about the coronavirus.
bizarre plans.
The truth about the origin of COVID-19 hidden from the rest of the world. And the Chinese.
In this constantly changing environment, resulting in sensory overload, cut through the noise and tune in to the National Television Network, the official source of information, all facts.
So much for staying tuned. If you're just joining us, a special good morning to you. This is the Morning Brew, NTN's morning update on work that is going on from the government of St. Lucia. Invest St. Lucia ISL on Wednesday broke ground on its newest land project, the Lafayette development in Choiseul. The development forms part of ISL's promise to provide every St. Lucian an opportunity to acquire ownership of residential and commercial property at a reasonable cost. The Lafayette development offers both residential and commercial use lots and is approximately 28.4 acres of flat land. The project will be completed in 3 phases, and 3 contractors from Choiseul have been engaged and are working towards its completion. We have a report on that development from last week. Initially earmarked for completion in early 2020, the Lafayette housing development experienced delays associated with the coronavirus pandemic. Back on schedule, a groundbreaking ceremony was held this Wednesday, 5th August, at the entrance of the 28.4-acre site in Choiseul. This is the 3rd ongoing land project spearheaded by Invest St. Lucia, geared at creating 600 new property owners on island. The Lafayette development is the largest project towards this goal of the agency. Chairman of the board is Pinkley Francis.
Originally, this project had an estimated completion date for the first quarter of this year. Although progress slowed, as did most economic activities in St. Lucia, Invest St. Lucia is pleased to be back on track with most of our projects. The Lafayette development will be done in 4 phases as opposed to the original 3, and 3 contractors from Choiseul community have been engaged and are working towards its completion.
Commerce and Industry Minister and Parliamentary Representative for the area, Honorable Bradley Felix, expressed pride that Choiseul natives were awarded contracts in the tendering process for the 3 phases of the project. He further encouraged Invest St. Lucia to consider proceeding with the fourth phase, which had been put on hold.
There was a bit of hesitation after the COVID that the uptake of the lots may have been slow, and so Invest St. Lucia was a bit skeptical of going with all four phases because the last phase is the biggest. But in terms of what have been brought to my attention, I think very soon you will have to open up that fourth phase because the application forms are being filled in and lodged at a very, very fast pace.
Situated on flat land with stunning views of the Caribbean Sea and the peak of Gopiton, the Lafayette housing development will offer 114 commercial and residential use lots ranging in size from 4,193 to 26,000 square feet. Economic Development and Housing Minister Honorable Guy Joseph commends Invest St. Lucia's efforts toward increasing land and housing stock for citizens.
The Ministry of Housing itself, we have a target of 5,000 house lots to be made available to St. Lucians. So what you are doing at Invest St. Lucia is helping us to meet the target. I applaud Invest in the area that you are not just looking at foreign direct investment. Usually when we speak about Invest St. Lucia or what used to be NDC, the focus was usually on getting foreigners to come and invest. But we are happy that some of the money that you are collecting is being invested right here in St. Lucia.
Prime Minister Honorable Alan Chasney congratulated Invest St. Lucia and Honorable Felix for their commitment and dedication to ensuring that the land development project was launched despite the setbacks of COVID-19. And his pitch?
I'm going to say to those Choiselians who are here in the constituency now, the Choiselians who reside abroad, hurry and buy a piece of land. Because very soon they will be very, very expensive to be able to buy land in this constituency. And that's why I really applaud the minister and also Invest St. Lucia that this early stage of the development, making sure that residential land is available to people from the constituency and even more importantly to St. Lucians. Very soon, more and more people will be migrating back down to the south, both from the north and also, I can assure you, there are St. Lucians living in the diaspora. You know I'm not lying when I tell you that wish they were home now. Home not so bad.
Invest St. Lucia is currently working on two other land developments, one in Bois-Joli, Dennery, and the other in Beauchamp-Micou. Anyone wishing to apply for Invest St. Lucia's land sales can find application forms at either its Castries or Vieux-Fort office or online at www.investstlucia.com. For the Government Information Service, I am Jessie Leonce reporting. The St. Lucia Tourism Authority continues to monitor trends in bubble countries as it relates to their COVID-19 cases. This is to ensure that they are able to make decisions and change protocols where necessary in order to keep the people of St. Lucia safe. A bubblecation is a marketing campaign recently launched by Caribcation, allowing travelers from countries within the designated travel bubble to visit St. Lucia. We have a report on this latest development for this bubble.
The Bahamas has been removed from the travel bubble due to a spike in its cases. The Bahamas Ministry of Health, as of Thursday, 6 August 2020, indicated that there were 36 additional confirmed cases of COVID-19, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 751. St. Lucia Tourism Authority's marketing manager for Caribbean and Events, Christopher Gustav, said that the authority, guided by the Ministry of Health and Wellness, continues to monitor the situation on the ground to adjust the bubblecation campaign as necessary to ensure the health and safety of all St. Lucians.
Bahamas was recently taken out of the bubble because of the increasing cases and the fact that the country is now on a 14-day lockdown. We are going to continuously adjust our protocols based on the situation on the ground, working with the health department to ensure a safe bubble experience. I would like to take time out to thank the over 80 accommodation providers who have signed up to be part of the Bubblecation program, and would like to encourage even more providers to apply. The program is open to all hospitality providers registered with the Ministry of Tourism, including providers with villas, hotels, Airbnbs, car rentals, restaurants and bars, day tours, nightclubs, shopping, taxi associations, and yachting and other ocean activities.
All arriving visitors from within the bubble must have traveled directly from a country within the bubble and have been in that country for at least 21 days. These individuals will be exempt from quarantine. However, they are required to submit a negative PCR COVID-19 test prior to arrival into St. Lucia within 7 days of travel and are subject to mandatory screening on arrival. Bubble visitors are also subject to all applicable on-island protocols, including testing, quarantine, and isolation where necessary. Gustav explained that the Caribbean market is important to St. Lucia's tourism industry and is St. Lucia's second largest source market. He noted that unlike other markets, there is a strong kinship.
Our data reveals that apart from vacation, meeting with friends and family is one of the major reasons Caribbean people travel to St. Lucia. It is important that we focus on ensuring that this bridge remains open. This is why we have worked with the airlines like Caribbean Airlines, Inter-Caribbean, One Caribbean, and Air Antilles to connect our islands. To recap from our earlier release, the bubble countries approved by the Department of Health and Wellness currently include Antigua and Barbuda, Aruba, Anguilla, Barbados, Bermuda, Bonaire, British Virgin Islands, Curacao, Dominica, Grenada, Guyana, Jamaica, Montserrat, St. Bartholomew, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Martin, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago, and Turks and Caicos.
The St. Lucia Tourism Authority reaffirms its commitment to ensuring the safety and well-being of all St. Lucians while stimulating the economy and returning jobs. From the Government Information Service, I am Janelle Norville.
Thank you, Janelle Norville, for that news report. And if you're just joining us, you haven't heard for the morning, we do have a special demonstration for you this morning. In studio, we do have Chef Yanis Alexander in studio with us to just give us a quick recipe on how we can boost our immunity during this hurricane flu season. So we also know that the coronavirus is out and about, and we want to help you boost your immunity. Also, the flu, any issues that you might have if rainwater fall on you. We know it's raining a lot, so that is coming up in just a moment. But in the meantime, we have a report on self-care, an interview we did last week with Naomi Grandison. She's a family life educator at the Bureau of Health Education. She came to speak to us about self-care, recognizing that the COVID-19 pandemic has affected members of the public physiologically as well. The Bureau of Health Education is advising on measures that can be taken to care for one's mental and physical health. Individuals are urged to reach out and seek help if in distress and unable to cope. We go to this news report coming from Anicia Antoine.
The impact of COVID-19 has left no country and no one untouched. All age groups are affected as the life changes have been drastic in many cases. The new reality of working from home, less social contact with family and friends, homeschooling for children, and being unemployed is actually a difficult time for most persons. As St. Lucia adapts to a new sense of normalcy, the public is encouraged to maintain their physical and mental health. Practicing self-care can help alleviate the psychological distress and anxiety caused by the pandemic and prevent lasting adverse psychological effects. Bureau of Health Education's family life educator, Naomi Grandison, highlighted the importance of developing a regular routine and or schedule.
This is the most important point right now because it's a new normal, and one has to sit down and establish and think about what would work for me. What do I do? If I am home now and I do not have work, what are some of the things that I can put into my daily schedule to occupy my time?
To stay sane.
To stay sane, for mental well-being, for physical well-being, and also for social I would say, well-being, because you have tensions within the household. And when there is structure, especially with children, overall health is better because the tension and the stress is reduced.
Another important tip in practicing self-care is healthy eating. The family life educator explained that the food an individual consumes can affect the body's ability to prevent, fight, and recover from infections or illnesses.
If you haven't seen the thing or you cannot recognize almost instantly or quickly where it is from, reduce your consumption of that significantly.
Okay.
And if you follow that principle, then you know what type of healthy snacks to reach for. It needs to be more as whole as possible, or next to its whole form. So you see here we have nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds. Healthy fats, fiber that can hold you, that can sustain and reduce your hunger for a good bit of time. And we have some veggies, steamed vegetables. You can carry that with you. Some whole grain crackers. And instead of all these juice, guys, water. Water.
Grandison noted that a person's environment and their relationship with others also play a significant role in maintaining their mental health.
Our different domains has a direct impact on our self, on me, and my well-being. So although there's nothing wrong with taking an occasional lime and having some ice cream, to what extent, how much? Does it include somebody who's positive? Is it a binge? So all of these things have to be taken into consideration. Balance is all part of self-care. No man and no woman stands alone. You understand? So we have to connect to others, our environment. We have to connect well to our family and our work, or else we would not be happy. We would not be satisfied. Ourselves will not be happy.
Individuals are encouraged to seek help at the National Mental Wellness Center or from trusted family members and friends, or call the helpline at 201 if needed. From the Government Information Service, I am Anicia Antoine reporting.
Thanks for that report, Anicia. And we are due for another break this morning. When we come back, we chat up with Chef Yanis Alexander, and he's live in studio with us, about to do a demonstration with a special recipe to help us boost our immunity this flu season. It's also coronavirus season. So stay tuned for that and more coming up after this break.
Better yet, use soap and water.
We must protect each other if we are to beat this corona.
Together let us win this war. Be a soldier for St. Lucia. Together let us win this war. Be a soldier, together we can beat this corona.
So you don't become the next case. Avoid touching your face. I'm sure you've been told so. Handshakes and hugging are a no.
Advice give you the please. Cover your mouth and your nose if you cough or sneeze.
Practice social distancing and avoid large social gatherings.
Together let us win this war. Be a soldier for St. Lucia. Together let us win this war. St. Lucia, be a soldier. Together we can beat this corona.
For further information, please contact the hotline at 311 or the Bureau of Health Education at 468-5349.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you're just joining us, I think this is just about the most exciting part of this morning's program. We have a demonstration this morning for you. Chef Yanis Alexander is in the building, and this morning he has a special recipe to help us boost our immunity. A special good morning to you, Yanis.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you so much. Tell us how you've been faring so far for the coronavirus.
I've been faring very well. I've been drinking my turmeric chai latte every morning, keeping myself boom.
ready to go.
Okay, so tell us about the recipe that you're going to show us today.
Oh, I'm going to show you how to do an iced turmeric latte. So we're using ginger and turmeric, coconut milk, coconut cream for the little sweetness, but you can also nose it if you somebody that doesn't do sugar anymore. Also, you can use almond milk, oat milk, or people who are dairy free. And so,
okay,
ready?
so tell us about a little bit about your background, because we want to know, how does this guy know so much about food?
Okay, I'm originally from Soufrière, and that I grew up baking with my great-grandmother, so that's why I get the passion to cook. I actually wanted to be a pastry chef, but then I transferred to the savory side.
Okay.
So I did my training at Sugar Beach, did Gin Mountain, went to St. Vincent a little bit to do some more training. Nice. I came back. I recently came from Totola, and now I work for City Foods.
Okay. City Foods, that's Jimmy Francis?
Yes, Jimmy Francis, Rap City and Morning Joe.
Okay. Where's that located?
The Bostage Gap.
Okay.
Yes, and Morning Joe is also located opposite the Ronnie Bay Marina.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, show us the demonstration. I'm ready.
You're ready? Okay. So the recipe is 2 cups coconut milk.
2 cups coconut milk.
Right. 1 cup whole milk, or like I said, you can use almond milk.
Yeah, because some people might not like cow's milk, so almond milk
definitely.
is perfect.
1 teaspoon turmeric. Turmeric is also a laxative, so it could help you clean your bowels, keep your body. Because also you need to detoxify your body. This will help with to combat the coronavirus, because you need to keep your body healthy in order.
So this is a detox.
Yes.
Okay.
But it also helps boost your immune system, because once your body doesn't have toxins in it, it will allow you to flow easier. So 1 tablespoon turmeric, 1 teaspoon ginger and cinnamon.
And these roots are anti-inflammatory?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And you can also use fresh ginger, freshly grated cinnamon, fresh turmeric if you don't like the powdered stuff.
Yeah. I was about to say that, I mean, we have Baron Foods representing in the house today, but you could also go to your local grocery market, Castri's market, and get your fresh ginger, your fresh, turmeric.
Most definitely, yes.
What's that you're putting in there?
That's coconut cream.
Coconut cream, nice.
Definitely. So you can use maple syrup, whatever sweetener you like. Those who want keto diets, you can use your agave nectar, etc., your Splendor. All these are optional. So I'm not going to add the ice now. I'm going to just put it over the ice. I'm just going to give this a blend.
So that's coconut milk. That's coconut cream.
Yes.
That's turmeric.
Yes.
That's ginger.
Mostly.
That's some milk, whole milk.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do it. That was about 10 seconds.
Yes. You just need to get everything incorporated so the drink can be nice and frothy. See that beautiful yellow color?
Yep, that's the turmeric.
Okay. No problem? Yes. Here you go. G-squat.
Nice. So that was relatively easy to do.
Most definitely.
While boosting your immune system. You
can also do it hot. So you enjoy it like a tea.
Nice.
You add your turmeric, you throw hot water, your milk, and etc. You sweeten, and you have a nice warm latte.
Nice, perfect. So can I do some tasting?
Most definitely. So let's cheers to that.
Definitely. Cheers. Clean bill of health. It's really delicious. Thank you so very much for that, Yanis.
You're almost welcome.
So you said you're working at City Foods.
Yes.
Yeah, so what do you do there? You mentioned you do savory pastries.
Okay, so I am the research and recipe development chef there. So we're coming up with new and creative ideas to introduce people to fast food, a healthier choice in fast food.
Healthier choice in fast food.
Yes,
nice.
That is it. So right now we have 2 new dishes we incorporated. We added our nachos, and we also added our black bean burger, which started yesterday.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, that's beautiful. Thank you very much, Yanis. I was just savoring the taste. You know, usually when you think about ginger and turmeric, it's something that's probably hard to go down, but you've made it nice and palatable. It's really delicious, guys. I hope you follow this recipe. Very easy steps to boost your immune system, to get in these anti-inflammatory agents, the ginger, the turmeric, into your body to help detoxify as well, as you mentioned, Yanis. Any final words as we close?
I just want to tell the viewers at home that you can try this at home. It's easily accessible, and soon we'll be coming with more creative ways so we can fight the coronavirus.
Definitely, Yanis. I really like you in studio. I think you need to be stationed here. Well, that's all we have for you for the Morning Brew. That is live on NTN, our morning updates coming from the government of St. Lucia. Our last segment here featuring Mr. Yanis Alexander, Chef Yanis Alexander, with a recipe to help boost your immune system. And tell us the recipe, the name of the recipe again.
It's an iced turmeric latte.
Iced turmeric latte. Guys, just go back on the live when we're done. Write down or jot down all of the recipe items so that you can do this recipe. It's really delicious and a quick and easy way to boost your immune system, detox, and give you some anti-inflammatory properties at the same time. So that's all we have for now. Thank you so much for watching. Again, it tastes good, yeah?
Yes, definitely. Really, but one more time, let me give you all the ingredients. It is 2 cups of coconut milk, 1 cup whole milk or almond milk, as I said, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon ginger and cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of your preferred sweetener.
Okay, wonderful. Chef Yanis in the building. Thank you so much for watching. This has been another edition of the Morning Brew live on NTN, bringing you the latest updates from the government of St. Lucia and also featuring some good tips to help you get by at this time. Stay tuned for more on this station, NTN. My name is Jessie Leon, signing off for now. Goodbye.